Hey Gemini, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read for the week beginning January the 18th. It's been a relatively quiet integration few weeks. Not insignificant, but a lot of deeper subconscious integrations that have been happening since the 21st of December last year. However, this now begins to shift thanks to the final 2 weeks of January, and it all starts this week with with the sun moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius. So happy birthday, Aquarius. And we have a square happening between Saturn, which is in Aquarius, and Mars, which is in Taurus, and Uranus is also in Taurus. So there is this lightning bolt energy. There's this desire to expand. We fundamentally know we are shifting out of old energy, old ways of being. And in our very human nature, Gemini, we know that we can take our time doing that. We can and we can look around and get inspired about what other people are doing. But the beauty of lightning bolt energy, which is essentially what this square is, okay, is that it shifts us and shakes us out of stagnancy, out of fear. We're all familiar with the pressure point, the bottleneck, of when you just can't ignore something anymore. It needs to be done. Whether it is a mass cleanup of a garage, whether it is you need to put in that job application because you fundamentally need a job because stuff needs to get paid within the next fortnight, that pressure energy, that lightning bolt energy, those aha moments in their primordial essence is a shifting energy. Same too is anger rising. It creates a shift that has been much needed because not much was moving, even though we inherently knew something needed to move and shift. So take it however it resonates. I'm going to connect the zodiacs into the areas of life where this might be happening for you, Gemini. Now I'm going to have to say, Gem, right across the board, all right, you've got quite a lot of heavy placements in your 9th house as far as Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Aquarius are all sitting in your 9th house. There are fundamental shifts that are happening for you as far as your thought body, expansion, retraction, feeling retracted based on old paradigms and shifting out of old ways, the higher view. And again, with all of this heavy placement in Aquarius within your 9th house, there's something here about connecting into higher levels of consciousness, higher knowing, higher self, philosophy, university study, learning something, even though we can spend decades alive and think we've learned it all, but there is always something to learn, okay? Where you're going to be experiencing this lightning bolt energy, thanks to this Mars and Saturn square, is going to be within your 12th house, the house of our own undoing. The house of our subconscious. Our 12th house connects us into the deeper parts of ourselves that, if science says the average human uses 10% of their mind, what's the other stuff? Does our subconscious talk to us through dreams, through intuition, through our fears? How do we know what's going on in there? How can we best understand that? More importantly, how do we influence it? What has influenced it? And has it been me? I like to think of 12th house energy like that. Going to the depths of the 12th house is always going to be a hermit energy, Gemini, and it's about really going within when it comes to self, when it comes to all this stuff that is illuminating in your 9th house, okay? I want you to rewind the clock back to last year. With the sun in Capricorn, okay, that was affecting 8th house. Last year was very much a primordial, like getting to the depths of this Phoenix rising energy, getting to the depths of 8th house energy. It's very Scorpio in nature, okay, getting to the depths of emotional drives. There's something key you have integrated, and as the sun leaves Capricorn into Aquarius, as Capricorn had that final new moon and Pluto, okay, last week, there was something here about deep 8th house matters, transformation, your transformation across the last year. How has the world transformed you? How has your circumstances transformed you? How have you internally transformed? How are you now being transformed by access, connection to 12th house matters, okay? In many ways, this is another deep dive for you guys, but trust that there are these multi-layers, these forever growing and unending onion layers to all of us, and when we think we've learned something, there's always going to be something else to learn, yeah? Look at that, the death card. I'm going to leave that. The death card sits on top for you guys. There is massive transformation at play, and there has been, and I feel even rewind back to Scorpio season last year. Scorpio season is after Libra, which happens just before... I've just had a blank. Sorry, Scorpio, if you happen to be watching this because it's another placement for you. God, Ali, I look at charts all day and I've just forgotten. It's the end of October into November is Scorpio season, because then it transitions to Sagittarius. Bless my Scorpio hearts out there. Had a blank. Can you tell I've been doing a lot of readings and chartings? Alrighty, my lovely Geminis, 12th house energy is where you're going to have these aha moments. It is within the 12th house energy you're going to this is an opportunity. Okay, let's take a look. 12th house, the dark secrets that you have hidden from others. It contains hidden enemies. This is the house of prisons, psychiatric institutions and hospitals, which represent a confinement of some kind, unbeknownst to others. This is a house in which you find self-indulgence, which could lead to substance abuse. After a period of long suffering, spiritual motivation, enlightenment, and miraculous healing are also found here. It is powerful, potent lightning bolt energy, Gem. Don't ever forget that. But you are on a massive transformation journey, and this has been since last year, because you are activating 9th, 12th, and 8th house energy under these skies. I've got 2 here. Aha. Look at this. This is you, Gemini. The Queen of Swords has shown up. Massive clarity, okay? Certainty about self. This is something that applies to you, okay? The Page of Wands, in its essence, is an exciting new beginning, an exciting offer. It is communication from your higher self. Take it however it resonates, okay? There's communication coming in that affects you. I'm going to apply that in very practical ways. It could be a message, all right? But you're not necessarily transiting through 3rd house placements. Okay, so in its essence, the Page of Wands is exciting news. It is news that gets, like, sudden news. It could be unexpected news, so random text messages, letters, emails, whatever the case may be, phone calls. But this is also you too, Gemini, okay? You desiring to communicate something here. I'm even going to say, you know, as an energy healer, this is a powerful, going by your astrology transits, powerful week to really get literally messages from higher self, to do, you know, engage in quantum healing, do deep subconscious stuff, transcendental meditation, whatever, you know, is relevant for you guys. But on very practical earthly planes, there's exciting news here, exciting movement. It affects you, okay? It gets the ball rolling, and look at this. It brings the confidence back. You literally might be connecting in to another air sign or a fire sign. You might have these in your chart, okay? So take it however it resonates. The Queen of Wands does rule Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, okay? But this is, you know, she is the queen that walks in a room and she turns heads. Not necessarily because that is her only desire, but she authentically embodies confidence, okay? So, and that is a fire energy. It makes people turn heads. There's something about that confidence glow, okay? So if you have been going through deeply transformative and healing times, Gem, if you do have aha moments, I feel what you're going to be experiencing on the physical then is a complete shift in consciousness that ultimately affects your confidence in a good way. Because in the past, you've got the Death card, you've got deep transformation, you've got the butterfly energy, you've got the phoenix rising, okay? And this also is like a final aha. I could literally be connecting in to many Geminis that are going through massive spiritual metamorphosis and transformations, okay? Again, collaboration is what I do want to say when I see 2 queens. All right, communication. It could be literally in relation to 12th house matters, okay? So if that is relevant to your work, if that is relevant to what you do and how you help others with their transformations as well, you could do that in mainstream practices. You could do that in spiritual practices. Take it however it resonates. Just letting you know, Gem, the Fool card is underneath the deck, okay? So 0 field. This launches off a whole new chapter and a whole new beginning. Yeah, significant friendship, significant connection. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. All right, these two queens, there's something significant, okay? And you've got the abundance card underneath the deck, something is expanding here, okay? Related to 12th house matters, getting that lightning bolt energy within 12th house matters, within, you know, deep transformation stuff. It doesn't just have to be about your spiritual transformation and journey. It could literally be that topic at hand, okay? I'll leave it with you, Jam. Continue on. Zero field. The Fool card is coming up for you. It launches off a whole new beginning. If you're wanting to book a personal reading with me, you can do by heading above to the Indigo Ascension shop link. There's a range of astrology readings, as well as intuitive readings and healings that you can book from the Indigo Ascension shop. And there is also those 2021 forecasts for the year ahead and how best to navigate the cosmic energies and make it work for you. All right, Gemini, have an amazing week. I'll see you next time. Take care.